Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sisters. Strange things do happen in this world. The message that she sent to me reads like this. Hello, Brother Nash, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, I want to confess that indeed I am a prostitute, and I became a prostitute because of the situation. I started being a prostitute when I was somewhere around 15 years old. That was when I met this friend of mine. And this friend of mine, she was a little bit older than I was. She was 18 when I was 15. So she started to tell me that the money that she was always having, she was being given this money by the several guys that she was dating. And she asked me if I wanted to date one of her boyfriend's friend. So I said yes. Then late at night, she called me. We then went to have fun, and she took me to that place where they were drinking alcohol, and I really had a nice time. Then early in the morning, this guy, he gave me money. That was like the first time ever being given a lot of money by a guy. So that is how I became a slay queen. Not only becoming a slay queen, but I was now also a prostitute. And the way that I was making money, my brother, I had several clients that I had. These clients of mine, some of them, they would call me when they would want some services. If they wanted someone who can come and perform for them, like private strip dances and doing some weird stuff that guys really love. These wealthy guys, they love a lot of strange things to be done to them by women. But as long as I was being paid, I didn't even care at all. Then there was a time when my friend, she really got so sick. When she was sick, we then took her to Parinyatwa Hospital. Whilst she was there was this other doctor, but the doctor, he was from DRC. This doctor then spoke with me, and the doctor, as he was speaking with me, I saw that he was really interested. And with my experience as a slay queen as well as a prostitute, I knew that this man, the only thing that he wanted from me was what was between my legs. So I started to look at him and smile at him, and he smiled back. He then gave me a sign to follow him into his office. So I left the place where my friend was resting. She also laughed at me and she said, "You are not even serious, my friend. I am sick, yet you are thinking about sex." So me and that doctor, we then went to his office. The moment that I got into his office, he was already waiting for me. He locked the door, then we started kissing each other. We did all the oral sex, and I expected that we were about to make love. Then the guy said, "No, we will do it at my place." Since my emotions had been heightened at that time, I had forgotten that I am actually a prostitute and he had to pay me. So the guy then said, "Can I have your numbers?" And I said, "Okay, it is fine. You can have my numbers." And I returned back to the ward where my friend was, and I told her everything that had happened. Later in the evening, the guy called me and he told me that he had knocked off from work. He had gone to his private clinic that is also in the CBD, where he works with this other Indian doctor and this other Zimbabwean nurse. He told me that he wanted to see me. So I said, "It is fine." But I texted him and I said, "You know what? During the afternoon, you nearly made love to me for free, but I just thought of telling you that as for me, I am not interested into being in a relationship with you." And he said, "Why?" I told him that I do this for money. I don't know if you will be able to give me money so that I can sleep with you. The guy said, "Money is not a problem at all." He told me the place where I was supposed to go and wait for him so that he can come and pick me up. He came, Brother Nashi, and he picked me up. You know, there are those very beautiful cars, and he came with that 2-door convertible beautiful car, and we then went to his place. And the place where he has his house, it is there in Madokero. That is the suburb where he has his house. But what surprised me is that when we arrived at his house, he parked his car outside of the garage, and then he opened the door for me. We then went to the back of the house. To my surprise, he said, "Let us go inside." I said, "How?" And he told me that we were supposed to get inside the house using this other open window that leads straight into the bathroom. And I said, "Okay, let's do it." For the sake of money, I just kept quiet. The guy then lifted me up, and then I went into his house through the window. But this was really weird. So I suspected that this guy maybe he was married or something. And when we got into the bathroom, I saw that this bathroom led straight into his bedroom. We then made love, but in the middle of the night, when I suddenly woke up, I felt that there was someone that was touching me, someone that was touching my breast and playing with my nipples. So when I woke up, I felt that down there I was really wet. My brother, when I woke up, I saw that on the bed there was a monitor lizard. I only saw this monitor lizard for about a few seconds. Then this monitor lizard totally disappeared. When I checked my guy, he was fast asleep. This doctor guy, he was fast asleep as if he was not even breathing. I felt that he was already dead in that moment. I touched him and I felt that his skin, his body had grown cold as if he was placed in a fridge or something like that. So I woke up. I was really scared. And when I got out of the bedroom, to my surprise, I saw that in the bathroom, there was a woman who was there. My brother, I want to say that God indeed is there. What I saw was not like a real woman, but she was a spirit of this other Zimbabwean woman that he got married to when he came to our country. And this woman did not even look at me, but this woman, she was just vomiting money. She was vomiting money, and this made me to be very suspicious. At the same time, I was really scared of everything that was happening. So I ran back into the bedroom. That was when I found this guy. He was wide awake. And I acted as if I had not seen anything. And I got back into bed and I started kissing him. He then asked me where I had gone to. I told him that I felt as if I had a running stomach. He said, "Okay, it is fine. Let me go into the bathroom." So he stopped the love making that we were doing and he went into the bathroom for a very long time, my brother. When he came back, I saw that he was holding a Changani bag, and I knew that he had gone to collect the money that I saw his wife, whom I didn't know that it was the ghost of his wife, which was vomiting all those US dollars. The guy came and then locked this big Changani bag that was full of money into one of his drawers. He had this other fitted wardrobe in his bedroom. There is this fitted wardrobe with those ones with the big doors. He opened one of the doors and he placed the bag into that cupboard and he locked that fitted wardrobe of his, and he came back to bed. We made love, but I felt that it was no longer nice. In the morning, when we were leaving his place, I was still in his car. I asked him what was going on at his house. Number one, why we had entered into his bedroom using the window, and why is it I had seen a woman that was vomiting money in his bedroom. My brother, we were in the middle of the highway, but he just made an emergency stop. He nearly hit the car. We were nearly hit by this other car that was just traveling behind us. And when he suddenly stopped in the middle of the highway, there was almost an accident. He parked by the side of the road. He then started to cry and he said, "Oh, so you saw her?" And I said, "Yes, I saw a woman." And then he cried even more. He said that I was the one who could actually help him. I said, "How can I help you?" Then the guy said that he had actually used his wife so that his surgeries that he has here in Zim, they can be prosperous. He can make a lot of money. When you come to his surgery, when you are sick, then the spirit of his wife will make you to become more sick so that you can keep on coming back. And I said, so how am I supposed to help you? And he said that he had been with a lot of prostitutes in his house, and he has been with a lot of girls, the slave queens in his house, and none of them had ever had this spiritual encounter with the ghost of his wife. So since I had seen the ghost of his wife, I was the one who could actually help him. My brother, I got really scared, and I just said, it is fine, I will help you. But when he dropped me off, I deleted his numbers. He tried to call me, and then I just texted him and I said, please, no matter what, never again call me in your life. From there on, I went straight to the rural areas where my mom and my dad are. I then told my father about this story. My father then took me to a traditional healer. Even right now, around my waist area, I have those tribal markings that they place on your body using a razor blade when you go to a traditional healer. So those are the things that are protecting me. But at the same time, I want to thank God and my ancestors because they protected me. Maybe this man, he also wanted to sacrifice me. Ever since that day when I got these tribal markings around my waist, this guy, he never even bothered himself to call me again. This is my own spiritual encounter that I had, Brother Nashi. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear sister. Strange things do happen in this world. Have you ever had any spiritual encounter? If you have ever had any spiritual encounter, please come to my inbox and tell me your own side of the story.